3 college students almost drown in a fountain. Authorities find that they are indeed spiritually alive. Students actually entered the water as a public proclamation. Social distancing guidelines are broken during the holidays. CDC reports on why this specific event was allowed. Girls find mysterious packages at their doors. Authorities report multiple cases happening to other UC Irvine students.
This is Good Morning Cross live to you from Murrieta, California. It is May 23rd, 2020, 75 degrees, partly cloudy with 55% humidity. Perfect weather to shelter at home and to appreciate our brothers. We are well into our 65th day of quarantine with 100% chance of missing you guys all the more. If you're frowning, don't, because today we have a special edition of GMC with our year in review.
First up, Cross-Life Juniors take on their first ever class trip to Northern California, a perfect way to start off their junior year. They enjoyed local eats like the salt and pepper catfish, dim sum, bingsu, and homemade meals. Throughout their week-long trip, they were able to hit up some iconic tourist spots like the Golden Gate Bridge, Land's End, and the Palace of Fine Arts. SoCal kids had to admit they had an amazing time.
The juniors experienced intense scares at Not Scary Farm and artery-clogging food at Norm's at 3 a.m. Look at this brave crew. Seems like they had lots of fun. They also got to travel to other places together like Hogwarts from Harry Potter, Kingsbury from Howl's Moving Castle, and Bellevue Retirement Home from To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
One of the many things we started our junior year off with was our class joint. We enjoyed some good food, played some fun games, and got to catch up with each other in smaller groups.
We had our first baptism at Voyagers, and 3 juniors presented their testimonies and were baptized. It was so encouraging to hear how God has brought them to Christ and continues to work in their lives. Turkeys before Thanksgiving? It's more likely than you'd think when the juniors go bowling together.
Somehow we were able to shove 26 people in a humble Dartmouth apartment to celebrate and commemorate how grateful we are to have each other. It is because of God that we are even able to have this community. Speaking of tons of food, the junior class filled their stomachs at Soup Plantation, then proceeded to sing their hearts out to Frozen's Let It Go, and shredded their vocal cords to Taylor Swift's Love Story. Let's hear a little bit of that now.
In January, Cross-Life College Fellowship traveled to Ukaipa where PJ taught them about biblical leadership. As usual, we played lots of icebreakers, board games, and enjoyed late-night talks. They also gathered together to meet and help freshmen feel welcomed into Cross-Life. Juniors prepared fresh barbecue and played games to build their fellowship.
At the end of the quarter, we slipped into action at the rink. Afterwards, we headed over to Huntington to enjoy some late-night funnel cakes and burgers.
During finals week, the girls were woken up to a pleasant surprise. The brothers made breakfast for the sisters and prepared care packages too. And even with stay-at-home orders, the CCF students still found ways to stay connected to each other and learn about Christian dating.
That about wraps up our year in review. Now we take time away from GMC to broadcast a few of the wonderful stories submitted to our station by our viewers. Today's story comes from the junior sisters who have a touching story on how much they appreciate their brothers.
Hi, brothers!
What's up, brothers?
Sup, brothers? We just wanted to take the time to appreciate you all. Thank you for putting up with us over the years and trying new things like iron volleyball, concerts, and face masks. We appreciate how enthusiastic and inclusive you guys have been towards everyone. You guys are so weird, but you always make us laugh with your mean humor and silliness.
Thank you for encouraging fellowship among our class by going on spontaneous adventures with us. It's during these times that we're reminded of God's goodness and the joy we receive from just being around you guys. Events like sunrise worship, any YOLO trips, or even late night nerds. All of these hangouts throughout the years have helped the class to bond and just experience wild memories together.
Not only that, but fellowship also came about by just hanging out with us. Whether it's watching shows and movies together, going out to eat, or even cooking with us, and working on puzzles together, There are so many things, but that just names a few that we're so grateful for.
Thanks for serving us in so many different ways, whether it's supporting us in work, walking us home so that we feel safe, or praying for us.
Thank you, brothers, for being welcoming and friendly to all the newcomers, for going out of your way to invite friends to church, hanging out with underclassmen, and just making the freshmen feel welcome.
You all have been so encouraging, so supportive. You guys literally lift each other up. It has been such a blessing to see you all serve with hearts that long to glorify God. Thank you for being leaders both physically and spiritually in and out of Cross Life. You guys have shown Christ's love to those around you and to unbelievers through evangelism. No matter what you guys have done this year, seen or unseen service, we appreciate everything you guys have done.
So thank you.
Sam, Roy, Jace,
Zach,
Joshua, wait.
Joseph, Jonas,
Alvin,
Henry, Derek,
Cynthia,
Phil,
Mitchell,
Cameron,
Josh,
Preston,
Max.
Michael.
Ivan.
Thank you, junior sisters, for that lovely presentation. Junior brothers, we hope you feel very loved and appreciated as well. For our final story today, we take a look at the world's, dare I say, the universe's most loved social media apps. After the death of Vine comes the birth of TikTok. Young, old, middle-aged, this app has completely inundated the entire internet and has said to been able to keep people's sanity intact during these unprecedented times. Let's take a look at what our viewers have submitted.
Living a golden experience. My life too lit, it's delirious. I keep that star on my back. Look at my face, can't fear. Built to the top like a pyramid. My lineage lit and it's serious. Bring the beat life like Jorno. Young gang star, flip the kill switch. Jojo, pose, pose, pose. Jojo, pose, pose, pose. Jojo, pose, pose, pose. Jojo, pose, pose, pose. Are you sure you're not an enemy stand user?
Well, on behalf of the Junior Sisters, thank you for joining us for this one-time broadcast of Good Morning Cross Life. Have a wonderful B-San.
Thank you, brothers.
Thanks, bro.
thank you,
brothers.
brothers.
Thanks, brothers.
Thank you, brothers.
Thank you, brothers.
Mwah. Thank you, brothers.
Thanks, brothers.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brothers.